So, Tom, tell me, what is Watson's camp telling you, right? Because we have not heard publicly from Deshaun Watson outside of an occasional, I guess, social media post at all. And so, the void is filled with people who feel outraged that somebody who has these civil lawsuits hanging over him gets this sort of guaranteed money before they even hear from him as to why he deserves it or why, it's deserving to think he's turned a corner or everything that has been said about him is false. So what are they saying about all of this from what you hear, Tom?
I would say for the same reason that Deshaun Watson invoked the Fifth Amendment in his civil deposition that came on the same day that the grand jury was hearing the district attorney's findings on the criminal side. It is unlikely that Deshaun Watson is going to make substantive statements regarding his actions, regarding any alleged incidents, regarding anything really prior to those civil cases also being resolved. Now, part of the reason that Watson and his camp have made clear that he was not willing to settle across the board, reach a global settlement prior to this on the civil side, was that he wanted to not have non-disclosure agreements. In other words, he wanted to be able to comment publicly, and in turn, all the women would also be able to comment publicly, which is the opposite of how this normally goes. So I would anticipate there's going to be a point in time where you are going to hear from Deshaun Watson, where he is going to go on the offensive, as he may have or may not have, we don't know, in the most recent deposition when he did not invoke the Fifth Amendment. So it's complicated on so many levels, just because you also have the NFL investigation. The NFL has spoken with a certain number, I don't know the precise number, but they have spoken with multiple women who were involved in the cases. Now that the criminal side of things are closed, that's when the NFL, based on its investigatory process, gathers more information because they don't want to interfere in any criminal investigations. But so evidence, whatever it might be, that the NFL now is trying to get that into their hands. And their disciplinary decision is going to be on a different standard under the personal conduct policy. So one side of this, with the grand jury not criminally charging Deshaun Watson, obviously is over for now. But the civil suits, the NFL investigation, those are still moving. And so it doesn't really benefit Deshaun Watson to say a great deal publicly right now, particularly when, amidst, as you mentioned, Rich, the relative silence that he's had for a long period of time, came out with him on the other side, going a place where he gets to play with a really good team and make $230 million fully guaranteed over the next 5 years.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.